What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another daily Manchester City transfer update. Before I do crack on with today's update, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It's free. I will keep you guys up to date every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Please do leave a thumbs up as well. 300 likes once more is the aim on this video. Also, don't forget as well, do let me know your thoughts and what you make of these transfers in the comments below, including Benjamin Pavard replacing Kyle Walker. What are your thoughts? And we will speak more about that very soon. So we're going to start off with the outs. We've had a few confirmed transfers. The first of them is Yangel Herrera. He has left Manchester City on a permanent basis. He's joined Girona on a permanent deal. He signs on a 4-year deal. I wanted to wish Yangel the very best of luck at Girona and all the best for the future as well. Yangel is a fantastic player. He has been a brilliant servant at Manchester City. He's been loaned here left, right and centre. He's had some more impressive seasons than others, but he is a player who works really hard. He's naturally gifted. I think he's really well suited to La Liga, and I think he's a really good signing for Girona. I think for business, for Manchester City, I think it's a shame that we never managed to get a permanent transfer sorted a couple of seasons ago where we was looking at 10, 15 million pounds for him. Instead, he leaves Manchester City. No fee has been mentioned, so I'm going to presume that no fee has been paid here by Girona, but got themselves a cracking player who they had on loan last season, who they didn't really utilise. Now that he's their player on a 4-year deal, I'm sure he will get utilised, so wishing him the very best of luck there. And speaking of Girona and confirmed transfers, moves us on to Yangel Couto. He has also joined Girona. He hasn't left Manchester City on a permanent basis, though. He joins them on a season-long loan. Shame he didn't do pre-season. He returned back to Manchester City nice and early to get himself back into shape and best prepared. He had a really good attitude. We're lacking in fullbacks. I think Yangel Couto, to me, would have been worth having pre-season, but instead City choosing to loan him out again and send him out to La Liga and back to Girona as well. So Yangel Couto, wishing him the very best of luck for the upcoming season there in Spain. Now, moving on to another transfer which could become a confirmed transfer very soon. And it's interesting, comes in the form of an update on Issa Kabore. Now, he spent last season out on loan in France with Marseille. Didn't get too many minutes, but still quite an impressive move. Now, he's set for a loan move away from Manchester City again, and this time getting some Premier League experience for the 22-year-old right-back, as he's set to be loaned out to Luton Town. That's according to L'Equipe. Now, Issa Kabore, of course, as I said, spent last season out on loan with Marseille, so that I presume is why it's been reported in France this rather than in England, but it is being reported that the player hasn't given his approval for this loan as of yet, but everything else seems to be in place between Luton Town, between Manchester City. City seem happy for him to get some Premier League experience as well, so we are just waiting for the player to give his thumbs up that he will be loaned out to Luton Town. So that's very interesting, one there to keep an eye out for. And these confirmed transfers do not stop. Callum Doyle, he's also left Manchester City on loan, not a permanent transfer as well. He signed for Leicester City of the Championship. Wishing him the very best of luck, wishing Leicester the very best of luck in their bid to try and become a Premier League club once more, and hopefully Callum Doyle will be able to help them to make their aim of getting back to the Premier League. Callum, of course, joining Leicester City, staying in the East Midlands after playing for Coventry City last season, out on loan, and did very well with them. And according to The Athletic, a big loan fee, £500,000 has been paid to Manchester City by Leicester City for Callum Doyle to sign for them, and the plan for Leicester City is to give him regular minutes in what you would expect to be right at the top end of the Championship, and I wouldn't rule out in 12 months' time potentially Callum Doyle becoming a Premier League player. So a brilliant loan there, a good signing there for Leicester City, and looking forward to covering all of these loans when we do get round to doing my loan report for the upcoming season, which will of course come at the March international break for next year. So there we go. That's that one sorted. So, moving on to the real meat. So first, we're going to start off. We'll speak very quickly about Kyle Walker. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on the Benjamin Pavard segment of this video. But Kyle Walker, situation is Man City have offered Walker a 2-year deal from now. So that's a 12-month extension on top of his current deal, as he's already got roughly around 11 months on his contract remaining with Manchester City. So it would be, if he does sign a deal with Manchester City, it will be a contract until 2025, so a 2-year deal. And apparently that's what Bayern Munich are offering Kyle Walker as well, 2 years from now, with the potential of an option as well for a further year on there. And I keep hearing that Juventus are interested. That's according to the Daily Mail. They've said that Juventus could be late contenders for Kyle Walker, but Kyle Walker, as was reported on yesterday, has given the green light to Bayern Munich to go and sign him from Manchester City, and it has been reported that Kyle Walker is over the coming days expected to make his decision on what he's going to do with his future, and I'm not expecting this transfer to drag on for too long. It's a very simple situation. Either he rejects these moves and signs a deal with City, or he leaves Manchester City. It is believed City, according to the Mail, are looking for around £20 million for Kyle Walker. I'd heard that Bayern Munich were willing to pay €15 million, so it's not completely set and sealed, this deal for Kyle Walker to go to Bayern Munich, but things are progressing, things are heating up when it comes to that, and it will be a great shame when the day comes that Kyle Walker isn't a Manchester City player anymore, and that day could come sooner rather than later. Now, moving on to the ins, it's all about Kyle Walker and potential replacements. Takes us on to the only name that's been chucked out there, Benjamin Pavard. Now, Fabrizio Romano says that Kyle Walker, he wants to move to Bayern Munich, and Manchester City, they want Benjamin Pavard from Bayern Munich. So a swap deal could be done, with both players apparently keen on the switch. It is very much a developing situation. It's believed that Benjamin Pavard is at the top of Manchester City's wish list and Pep Guardiola's wish list when it comes to finding a versatile defender that could replace Kyle Walker. Now, finding a replacement for Kyle Walker, as we were speaking about yesterday on my stream, he's quick, he's got pace. There is no one out there like Kyle Walker. He is one of a kind, and I would, if it was up to me, if it's a straight up choice between Benjamin Pavard or Kyle Walker right now, I'd rather have Kyle Walker. But if you're looking at things in the long term, Kyle Walker in the next 2 years could lose his pace, his main attribute. His pace goes, all of a sudden Manchester City would be looking for a potential player to come in to be able to replace him. And as soon as that pace goes, Manchester City don't want Kyle Walker on too long of a deal. And it sounds quite brutal, but with age, it is coming, and it could come pretty soon. So this might be Man City being a little bit ruthless in the market and saying, actually, we could replace a 33-year-old Kyle Walker with a 27-year-old Benjamin Pavard. Let's not forget, Pavard, he is a player that's versatile, can cover on the right-hand side, can cover at centre-back. He's good with his long ball distribution. He's good with his forward passing. He's good with his movement. He is an all-round, very good player, a good option. Is he as good as Kyle Walker, in my opinion? Can he pocket Vinicius Jr.? That remains to be seen. But to me, we've got a tried and tested Kyle Walker, who I will be very disappointed to see leave. But anyone that gets the Pep Guardiola approval, to me, shows that you are a top-class player. Now, it is believed that there is more interest in Benjamin Pavard, not just with Manchester City. Manchester United, they've got no scouts. Of course they're interested. Juventus, apparently they're interested. They can't afford the €30 million to go and sign Aymeric Laporte from Manchester City, but as soon as Bayern Munich is saying €30 million for Benjamin Pavard, all of a sudden they can't afford it. City's looking for £20 million for Kyle Walker. All of a sudden Juventus are interested, and this money seems to have been magicked out of nowhere, out of thin air. Something not quite adding up. I don't think Juventus are in the race for any of these Manchester City players, in my complete honest opinion. Now, I've had some reliability put on this Benjamin Pavard story from Martin Blackburn. I know he works for The Sun, and The Sun aren't the most reliable of sources, but Martin Blackburn, when it comes to Manchester City news and information, is normally absolutely spot on. And he says that Bayern Munich, they're willing to offer Benjamin Pavard to Manchester City to get a sale done for Kyle Walker to go to Germany to sign for them, and for Benjamin Pavard to go the opposite way, to come to Manchester to sign for Manchester City, and Florian Plettenberg just today has already reported that talks now underway between Manchester City and Pavard's management team to try and find an agreement with the player. If we do manage to find an agreement, that's the first hurdle. It will then be talking about the structure of this deal and getting this deal sorted, agreeing a deal with Bayern Munich. Do they want it as a straight swap? What fees involved? Is it going to be two separate transfers involving Walker to Bayern and Pavard to Manchester City? It remains to be seen. But one of the most important factors here that needs to be brought to attention and needs to be bared in mind when it comes to thinking about this transfer, Pep Guardiola likes Benjamin Pavard. He's impressed by what he sees. He's top of Manchester City's wish list. Pep Guardiola wants Benjamin Pavard, and when Pep Guardiola wants a player, I will tell you, Manchester City will sit down and do everything they can to make this transfer happen. It's a very doable transfer. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Let me know in the comments below. I've got mixed messages here with me. I'm disappointed to lose Kyle Walker. Pavard's a very good player. I think Manchester City would be better being patient in the market, assessing, seeing who's out there and who they want to bring in and who's affordable. But if it just comes down to Manchester City not really that interested in adding player quality to their squad and thinking too much about transfers, if a player wants to leave and there's a like-for-like player to go out there, and it's a simple and straightforward swap deal here involving Kyle Walker and Benjamin Pavard, then it could be very doable. Love to know your thoughts of this in the comments below. So there we go, that has been the transfer update. As I said, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up as well. 300 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We're going daily with Manchester City transfer updates throughout the whole summer transfer window. So if you want to stay up to date, first and fast, every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. It is free. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to you guys for everyone that voted for me in the City Extra Awards for the best Manchester City content creator of the year. Much appreciated. We didn't win, never mind. Always next year, but the amount of support that's been shown to my channel over the last couple of days means the absolute world to me. So thank you to everybody that's shown the support. Thank you to everybody that's voted for me. And who knows, maybe next year. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.